Leicester, grew up in a place called New Parks, council estate, which I'm very proud of. You know, I still go back there and see some of the people who was living there when I lived there with my father. Sometimes you think people just move on, but you go back there. I took Vicky there 2006 when she first moved to Leicester with me. Still seeing some of the old faces in the same houses what there was in when I was there with my father, so yeah, that was nice. Quite tough. Obviously, Dad lost my father when I was 16, which was quite tough. So it was me and my brother, my mother and father split up, so they wasn't together. So yeah, me and my brother sort of on our own for a little while. He moved in with his girlfriend, I moved in with a friend, because we gave the council house up because I felt as though we couldn't really keep going back in there knowing that my father wasn't there. So that was quite tough, and obviously sort of, yeah, you know, I went off the rails for about 6 to 7 months. Didn't really want to play snooker, didn't really want to be here. So that was quite tough, yeah, looking back. Well, my father got me involved in snooker, bought me a little table when I was 5. We had a little box room, and I went in there, opened the door, and I had this little 6-foot snooker table with all my birthday cards on there. And ever since that day, you know, I just carried on playing. I used to go with my father down the local social club, watch him play, and then after probably have half hour just hitting balls around, and he was teaching me the basics. Even though he wasn't a fantastic player himself, he still knew the right from wrongs, and just fell in love with the game then. So yeah, from 8 years old, first started playing on a full-size table when I was 9, and just fell in love with the game. And once I got better and better, all I ever wanted to do was to try and become world champion and world #1. Every kid has a dream. Whether you was going to achieve it or not is a different thing. I just feel as though I'm probably just hard-working, you know. I know I'm not the most naturally gifted player. I know that I need to work, but in a way I'd sort of prefer that, because if I was naturally gifted, I'd probably sort of take the game for granted and think, oh, I don't really need to practice so much because I know I could just turn up and put on a performance. But with me, I know that if I'm not putting in the hours, and I'm not going to perform, so it sort of forces me to go to the club to practice. I've always said it doesn't matter how much natural talent you got, you only get out what you put in. If you're not putting the work in, you're not going to get the results. Yeah, probably about 11, as far back as I can really remember. I went to an exhibition in Newfoundland Working Men's Club where my dad used to be a member, and there was an ex-professional called Eddie Manning, who I still stay in contact with, really good friends. He lives down in Newquay now. He was doing the exhibition there, and I think he played me the last frame of the night, gave me 40-point start, I think, at the time. And he could see, like, I could pot a few balls, and he said to me, look, you should come down to Willie Snooker Club. Say that I've told you to go down there. And I went down there, spoke to Willie Thorne's brother at the time, Malcolm Thorne, who sadly passed away, bless him. And he took me under his wing. After about a year's time after that, he was giving me free practice at the club. He was paying for me to go in the junior tournament because my father didn't have that much money, and we were splitting the cost 50-50. So if I won a comp and it was 150 quid, we was going £75 each. And I think not only my dad, he was a big role model to me as well. If it wasn't for Malcolm, then I don't think I'd be where I am today either. Because I turned professional when I was 16. All I ever wanted to do was become world champion, world #1. I sort of gave myself a time till I was about 26, 27, and told myself, look, I want to get to the point where I'm sort of earning a decent living at 26, 27. If I wasn't, then I didn't want to just keep playing and falling off the tour, getting back on, falling off and getting back on, and just sort of scraping a bit of money here, there and everywhere. I'd have ended up just getting a job. What job I'd have got, I don't know, because I've got no qualifications, so I don't know what I'd have done. But yeah, I gave myself until that time, but luckily enough for me, I managed to earn a good living before then, so and obviously gone on from there as well. Biggest achievement would probably have to be, even though I didn't win, was probably get to the World Final in 2007 and losing to John, because for me that sort of gave me the confidence going forward and the belief to think that, look, I've done it in the biggest tournament possible under the most extreme pressure. I know I've not won the tournament, but I've got to the final, so there's no reason why I can't get there again. Before that, I was always still doubting, thinking to myself, yeah, I'm winning matches and I'm getting to venues at tournaments, but not really doing anything. Am I good enough to win a tournament or not? But to get to that stage and get to that final sort of gave me the belief going forward. Tough, determined, and adventurous.
Hi, I'm Ronnie O'Sullivan and welcome to Eurosport Snooker on YouTube. Click here to subscribe to Eurosport Snooker.